Dear students, in this video we are going to see the outline of the story The Power and the Glory by a renowned writer Graham Greene. This is Graham Greene. Let's see about the writer. Graham Greene was born on October 2nd, 1904. His father was a school headmaster. Though he studied in the same school, he suffered a sort of depression. He went to Balliol College, Oxford, but it did not give him any relief. He became aware of the uselessness and the evil of human life. He met a Roman Catholic priest, Father Trollope, and under his inspiration, he got converted to Roman Catholicism in 1926. He married an attractive Roman Catholic girl, Vivian Darrell Browning, in 1927. He has a special liking for journalism. He has worked as a sub-editor, film critic, and a literary editor in various journals. His important works are The Man Within, Stamboul Train, It's a Battlefield, England Made Me, A Gun for Sale, Brighton Rock, The Confidential Agent, The Power and the Glory, The Third Man, The End of the Affair, The Quiet American, A Burnout Case, The Bomb Party. And Greene has also written a number of plays, 4 children's books and essays in addition to 4 travel books and several short stories. He died in 1991. His novels are the expression of variety of experience of the novelist. He is a religious writer, and it is obvious that his preoccupation with evil is linked with his religious consciousness. The treatment of evil reminds the reader of the novelist's obsessive awareness of God and His mercy. The title of this novel has been taken from the Lord's Prayer. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. The title suggests that the government may have temporal power, but the glory belongs to the priests who sacrifice their lives for spreading God's message in a godless country. This novel is the story of a Mexican state in which, after a revolution, religion has been abolished and a totalitarian government has been established. The priests have been outlawed, and so most of the priests have fled to other countries, and some have renounced their priesthood. A fugitive priest. The novel is the story of a Roman Catholic priest who is wanted by the police just because he is a priest. This fugitive priest has neither fled from the country nor renounced his calling. He remains in the state to carry out his duties as a priest. He carries on his duties secretly and keeps on moving from place to place to escape the sight of the police. The priest has been declared a traitor, and a reward of 700 pesos has been declared to anyone who informs about him. The lieutenant tracking the priest. A police lieutenant takes the charge of arresting the priest. He demands sufficient authority from the police chief to accomplish his mission. He is a faithful servant of the secular state and is ready to take any kind of measure to arrest and punish the priest. The whiskey priest. The fugitive priest is not an ideal clergyman. He suffers from many weaknesses of which he is painfully conscious. Because of his addiction to liquor, he is known as a whiskey priest. He also had sexual relations with a woman known as Maria 7 years ago. He has a 6-year-old daughter called Brigitta. He is also a coward, and he drinks brandy to overcome the fear of being arrested. He is fed up with his running in disguise and decides to leave the country. In the port town, Veracruz, he meets a dentist called Mr. Tench. When a boy comes and informs about his dying mother, he feels that the call of duty is stronger than his desire to escape and gives up his plan to escape. During his wanderings, he comes to a banana growing place where Captain Fellows lives with his wife and a 13-year-old daughter, Coral. Coral hides the priest in the barn, and she does not tell anything about the priest to the lieutenant who comes in search of him. Next day, Captain Fellows refuses to give shelter to the priest since he does not want to create problems for his family. The exhausted priest then reaches another village where the spiritual service of a priest is desperately needed. There he baptizes a boy, offers holy mass, and hears confession. The priest meets his daughter. The priest happens to go to a village where Maria and his daughter are living. He performs some spiritual duties there. The lieutenant arrives there and the priest is protected by Maria, who informs that he is her husband. He has a meeting full of emotions with his daughter, who shows no interest in him. On his way to his native town, he meets a mestizo who has planned to receive the award by getting the priest arrested. But he falls sick and is taken care by the priest. In another town, he was offered some bottles of brandy but was arrested under Prohibition Act. He was put in prison. The prisoners refused to betray him even though he disclosed his identity. He meets the mestizo again, who requests him to hear the confession of a wounded gangster. The priest, arrested. When he kneels down by the side of the wounded man, he was arrested by the lieutenant. The priest says he wants to make confession, but no priest is available. After trial, the priest is sentenced to death. The lieutenant provides him a bottle of brandy to enable him to face death. The priest spends the whole night thinking of his sinfulness and unworthiness as a priest. A new priest comes. Next morning, the priest is shot dead and Mr. Tench stands as a witness. The lieutenant feels sorry for eliminating the last priest in his country. At the same time, another mysterious priest is seen knocking at the door of a religious-minded family who readily offers him shelter. In spite of the state's law, the religious faith is always alive.